Hi, Mark.
Hi
Can you hear me?
Shehzad, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you? How's
I'm
everything?
good. I'm good. Congratulations on passing your PMP exam. How are you feeling?
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. The credit goes to you as well, of course, because of your course and everything and your guidance. I'm here now and feeling very relaxed, very confident, and what can I say? Out of this world. So these are my feelings right now. At least I can sleep
Absolutely.
better now.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy on your success and well deserved.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank
fine.
you so much.
Thank you so much for the time for this lesson learned session. This would be helpful for PMP aspirants. Okay, so let's directly talk about your PMP exam preparation strategy. When did you start? How much total time you spent in the entire preparation process?
Okay, Amar, actually, my journey is a bit long. I've taken your course in the last February of 2024, I guess. Uh, I should have followed your guidance and I should have followed your tips. But, uh, there is an imposter syndrome with me that I always felt that there is something missing in the preparation. What is that? Because I tried to reach you and when I um, what can I say? When I joined your Q&A sessions, the questions were so hard and they were so well prepared that I started to doubt myself. So what I did, I took a break and I scheduled it in the last of the year 2024. I've scheduled it in November around. But unluckily or luckily, the examination got cancelled, and in the between, I switched my job. I came from Pakistan to Qatar, and these are the hurdles that I face. And in new job, you need to pay attention. You need to uh, um, impress everyone in new job. So the PMP exam got far behind for me. Then again, you sent a reminder to me, Shezi, how's the preparation and how's the thing going, which motivates me that you are following up with me and how silly of me that I didn't give the exam till now. So I scheduled it in November. But as I said, unfortunately, the center here in Qatar, the VUE Pearson Center, it got closed somehow. So they gave me a notice that your examination is cancelled. Now you need to reschedule, and that my momentum got paused again. It break my momentum. So again, I took a break, and again you sent a message. How's your exam preparation? Did you took the exam? What's the update? So again, it motivates me, and finally I took my exam in 3rd or 4th of February, and I must say that all because of you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for kind words. And yes, reminders are really, really important because what I want is if somebody joins my course, they should touch the finish line. Otherwise, it would be waste of time, waste of money, waste of resources, and I add waste of emotions and feelings as well.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
fantastic. Good to know that in the end you did that. Okay. What were the study resources or study tools you used during the preparation process?
Okay, Amar, frankly said, um, we didn't need any of other resources if we follow your guidelines and your videos. Luckily, uh, your exam structure or the preparation structure is so well defined that you provide the recorded videos as well. You provide the amazing handwritten notes, which I didn't see anywhere else. Uh, you don't have any glitches in your writing. You have very neat and clean writing, so nobody got confused that what's written in your notes. So these are the enough resources if we follow your guidelines or if you follow your plan. But again, uh, we are all students. We are afraid of getting failed. Uh, there is lots and lots of peer pressure on us that we are doing project management since long. And what if we got failed? We didn't inform anyone that we have scheduled our paper if we got failed. So we look for other resources as well. That how about Andrew Ramdial? How about David McMillan? How about any other resources? How about study hall? So after your course, I do fr- uh, honestly saying that I do study with these resources as well. But in the end, I realized that I don't have to go anywhere if we follow your guidelines. And so that is how I get prepared. And especially your question bank, it's again, it's so hard. It breaks your nerves and it breaks your confidence. But once you get the grip and once we get that, what are you asking and how we can answer this with the mindset, then it got easy and it helps us in the exam because compared to your Q&A, compared to your question bank, the exam was pretty much easy. So I think that is the preparation, the war preparation that you give to your students, that you have to fire all of your artillery and win the war with the best preparation, I guess.
Absolutely fantastic. And one thing here is, some students, what they do is they collect a lot of resources, right? And then they get confused from where they should start, what they should be reading, and how much they should be reading. So yes, stick to a few resources and choose your resources wisely. So let me just refer to what Shehzad is saying for those who are watching this lessons learned. So one, Shehzad is referring to these notes. We have just revised these notes. We have added some more detail. So these are PMP notes which Shehzad used. So let me just show you if I can. Yes. So these are very comprehensive, and good thing about which I'm mentioning again and again. These are, these visuals are really helpful. One student was saying while she was taking the exam, all the diagrams and everything, it stick to their mind, and they were coming again and again. Okay, this was in that diagram, and it was really helpful for them to answer the question. And in these 9 pages, we have covered 100% of the course content. So if somebody reads these notes clearly and carefully, I guarantee that there won't be anything that you would be missing in the exam. Everything is covered here. So yes, these are really helpful. And also Shehzad is referring to our question bank. Now we have transferred it to, simulator. So you can easily get
Great.
your simulator here. If you go to our website in Damia, you can, under resources, you can find PMP exam preparation questions. So here we have, right now we have 1200 questions covering all the domains. So yes, and now it is on simulator. So next students who will be doing that, they won't be using PDFs. They will be doing it on a simulator, which is much easier and it simulates the exam environment. So yes, these are pretty good resources. If anyone wants to prepare, they can prepare that. Okay, wonderful. So Shehzad, let's talk about distribution of questions in the exam. What was the composition of question from Agile and Waterfall and Hybrid in your exam?
Okay, Amar, first of all, I would like to say that the simulator that you have designed is a very good step. What I have done that I have made columns of 180 question and written as you have told us and written, and we are marking that this is the option, this is the option. So it took us time, but it guides us how to use paper and pen, which stuck in our memory. So simulator is the best thing. I think it's closest to the PMP exam as well. So hopefully that you have given the options of highlighting, strike through,
Yeah,
selecting the
absolutely.
question. So
Absolutely,
I'm pretty
yes.
sure of that. So the question that you have asked about the breakup in examination, Amar, to my surprise, there are very few questions in the traditional mindset, or such, and you can say the traditional. Uh, There are 50% questions, or you can say 45 to 50% questions of agile, as we expected. But there are so many questions of hybrid as well. So I think what PMP is trying to do, they are converting traditional to hybrid, and what we can say, hybrid is the next thing now. There are a few questions of traditional and the breakup. To my surprise, there are lots and lots of drag and drop questions, almost 6 to 8 drag and drop questions. I have few hotspot questions, one or two. So this is the program breakup, and I was thinking that there are some question with the graphs as well, but it didn't came. So after preparing with your question bank and your videos, that was pretty much understandable. And if you grasp the mindset from your classes, and then it became very easy for us. Um, it's 100% natural that we feel overwhelmed by the exam and by the time it took us. In the first 60 minutes, I was like, everything is agile in the first part. So I think PMP, what PMI is trying to do is overwhelm with you the with the agile questions in the first half, and then gradually they provide some easy questions, hybrid questions. I thought that after reading the exam. So this is the breakup. So my suggestion is to prepare for traditional as well, but put your focus on agile and hybrid as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I just conducted lessons learned with you video with two other students, and they were saying the same thing. Like agile is most of the questions were from agile domain. So yes, and thank you for highlighting hybrid is equally important. Okay, Shehzad, how many questions you solved, and what was your average score before you take the exam?
Amar, actually, that was the one message I remember I sent you first. The message was, Amar, I'm not doing good in your uh, exam question bank, and I'm not uh, resolving that much mocks from your side, and my average was 70%, around 65 to 70%. And you told me that if you reach the 75% mark, then it would be a piece of cake for you to resolve the exam, PMP exam. So I couldn't reach to the 75% mark anyhow, but your guidance was very right. The answer that you gave was very right. In 70% mark, I aced the exam.
Absolutely. 70% is the key. If you're getting 70% in good quality mock exams, you're good to go. And then exam would be definitely a piece of cake. And as Shahzad is mentioning, mock exams were slightly harder in terms of difficulty because they're intentionally designed in a way that if you prepare harder questions before exam, then exam would be much easier for you. So Shahzad, how many questions you solved? Like I provided you around 1,500 questions. Did you solve all the questions or some of those?
No, Amar, I have solved more than 1,000 questions from your
Okay.
question bank. And as I said that I am chasing other resources as well. So I have solved some other question, around 500 to 600 questions from the other, which uh, I can say that it may sound funny, but I always aced the questions from other resources and fall behind in your questions. So rightly said that your questions are meant to be hard and meant to be prepare us for the situation we're going to face in the PMP exam.
Absolutely fantastic. Shahzad, how did you manage time during the exam?
Exactly. That is the thing that I prepared for actually. I In your question bank, you have provided real exams like 180 questions, and I have set a timer that for the first half I need to complete the first set in by 155 or 160 minutes. Another one should be around 75 to 80 minutes. So in first to 60 question, I fell behind, and 5 to 6 minutes I fell behind in both of the sections, both of sets of 60 questions. But as I felt confident in the third half, as I felt like that, okay, these are the questions, and it gradually became easy for me. to select the right answer and proceed further. So in the end, when I finished the exam, it was 10 minutes left behind, and I don't have any mark questions as well. Actually, in the beginning, I have a strategy that if I got stuck in any question, I have marked it for review, and then I proceed. I didn't waste any time on the hard questions. So by the end of first half, I have few questions to review, around 10 to 12. I reviewed them, I submitted them. In the second half, I have only 5 questions to review. And in the third half, I don't have any questions to review. I didn't mark any because I need to reach my timer and I need to beat my timer. So that's it. That is the strategy, because the hardest thing in PMP exam is the time duration that we have. I guess this is the thing we need to reach, and we need to beat the timer. We need to beat the clock. So that is the hardest part of the exam. Because if you took time understanding the question, you took time understanding what options do you have, and you rethink and you doubt yourself on any of the answers, then it will consume your time like this. So I think once you get the confidence, my suggestion is to go on with your gut feeling. If your concepts are clear, then you have to choose the best answer. There might be or might be all 4 answers are correct, but you have to go with the concept. You have to go with your mindset and prepare, mark the best one, so that you don't have to review it again.
Absolutely. Thank you for a detailed answer. So yes, do timed quizzes or timed mock test, and do not mark so many questions for review, or do not flag them, because some students, what they do in the middle of the exam, for example, in first section, you have 60 questions. Out of 60, they will mark 20 for review. So at the end, they don't find enough time to review them. So there is no need to do that. You can mark or flag question 2, 3, or maybe 4. Otherwise, you should go with the flow. All right, perfect. So Shahzad, were you confident that you're going to pass the exam in the middle of the exam? What were you feeling while you were taking the exam?
Amar, honestly saying that I got confident by the passage of time. In the beginning, I have the exam anxiety. I reached the center 1 hour before to get everything. Went to the center, and what they did, that they said that there are other examinations aligned as well. Other candidates are there. So what they did, they started my exam early, half an hour early. So I didn't. I thought that I would have time to prepare there, and I will review your handwritten notes one last time as well. So, but they didn't give me time. So I was in a hurry. I can say I was in a uh, shock situation that they didn't give me a time for last minute preparations. Although it's not needed, it's totally not needed. But exam anxiety kicks in, and you got, okay, what I'm doing. So in the starting, I got a bit nervous, and I read the question thoroughly, and I read the answers thoroughly, and I marked them. By the passage of time, it gave me confidence that, okay, this exam is not that hard. We have done so much harder things, and we have solved so much harder questions in our preparation, and we have grasped the knowledge, and we have grasped the concept very well. So these questions are not that hard, and it gives me confidence by the passage of time. And by the end of second half, I knew that I would ace it.
Fantastic, fantastic. I intentionally asked this question because in the middle of the exam, and especially in the start, you feel like exam is very challenging and difficult. And at that time, a lot of students, they lose their
Break.
hope,
Yeah,
and then they don't, stick to the questions, they don't read it properly, and that, in the end, they suffer. So just trust on your preparation, stay confident. This exam is not a difficult exam if you have prepared well. All right,
exactly.
perfect. So, Shahzad, did you see any question where you had to do mathematical calculation, or where you had to use formulas?
No, Amar, I didn't get any calculate. It didn't give me any question for which I need to click on the calculator. Although there are some one to three questions there are actually, in which we need to predict that what is the CPI, what is the SPI, and if the SPI is this, what would be the best decision, and if the CPI is this, what would be the best decision. So there are questions, but if you know the formulas as back of your hand, then you can easily calculate that if the situation is um, less than one, then what decision do you have to take? If that's above one, then what decision you can take. So it's no calculation. I don't think that any formulas needs to be um, memorized. But if you have the grip on the concept, so you can do it easily. And these are the question. These questions are the one I am so confident that I marked them right.
Absolutely. Yes, these days PMI doesn't ask a lot of questions where you had to do some mathematical calculation. So most of the questions are they just test your conceptual clarity, conceptual understanding. So no need to spend a lot of time in mathematics. Perfect. All right, Shehzad, now I want to talk about your LinkedIn post. And surprisingly, uh, we posted a congratulations message to you on our Indemia page, and that got the highest likes ever.
Exactly.
My team just told me like that post got the highest likes. So okay, so you talked about imposter syndrome. What's that?
Okay, Amar, actually, you know, most of the project managers, they came, they that don't directly came from the project management background. There were so many project managers, they came from the development background, from you can say quality management background, and there are few of the project management managers who came from the customer services background. Now, the customer services, the project managers who have a customer services background, they fear that there are so many technical things that they didn't know initially. How can they prepare for it? Did they can they battle the other project managers with their performance? Can they ask the team the relevant questions? So there is a syndrome kick in, which is called imposter syndrome. And in this syndrome, everyone who possesses this syndrome thought they are lacking behind from what they are capable of. So that syndrome, of course, I have mentioned it in my post that I also have that imposter syndrome in which I thought that I'm not able to do that. I'm not worthy enough, or I'm not capable enough to acing the PMP exam, the world famous PMP exam. But again, as you said, if you doubt yourself and if you thought that you are not able to do that, then you can never do that. Just believe on yourself, believe on your preparation, beat that syndrome, imposter syndrome, and prove to the world that you are worthy of it. You are worthy of the PMP certification. So my story goes the same. I have delayed my exam for a year, and I was always rethinking, should I give the paper? Should I give the paper? Am I worthy enough? And again, your feedback messages, your follow-up messages were very encouraging, that pushed me to take my exam and clear it. So that's how it goes.
All right, absolutely. And it's fantastic to know that now you're feeling more confident and
Exactly.
you're trusting your abilities. And that's what I say. Like this exam is not difficult. Just go for it,
Mhm.
right? Just do it, right? And do not delay
Exactly.
it. Once you start, just do it. This exam doesn't require more than 30 days, right? 60 to 80
Exactly.
hours of dedicated studies are more than enough to pass the exam. So once if you have started, just do it, schedule your exam and take it. One of my students, she was preparing, and preparing. And then one day I forced her to schedule the exam. Then she scheduled the exam and she passed. And she said, if you had forced me earlier, I could have taken the exam earlier. So, yes,
Exactly.
stay
Exactly. It's
confident and yeah, go
the key
ahead.
is the follow-up, Amar, that you took and your team took from the students. Because if I, we are talking about feeling confident. So before the exam, I slept every day or for 2 to 3 hours in the preparation. I took more time, and I always slept as a student, and you can say as a person who is preparing for the PMP exam. But the day the result came, I slept as a PMP certified manager. So uh, it's the thing that gives you confidence, and it gives us a lot of thing, a lot of you can say, I'm not getting the words, but you feel so confident after getting PMP that now you know all the processes by the back of your hand. You know all the things which are related to project management, and you can back it up with your certification. So yeah, I'm feeling very much confident now.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Azad. And, once again, congratulations. And I'm really happy on your success. And thank you for the time for this lesson learned, as this would be motivating a lot of other students. That's why we do that. And yes, enjoy your success, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Amar. Take care.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice
Take
day.
good care of
Bye.
yourself. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.